Well, hello, welcome to Stereo 3D Plays. And if you watched the previous video on this channel, it may be obvious to you what I'm about to do. I mentioned I would launch Skyrim VR off recording. I guess I lied about that part because in the end, I figured, you know what? I don't think I've shown this game on my channel, or at least in the Stereo 3D Productions multiverse, in over 4 years. And it's actually a pretty damn good VR game. The reason why it really hasn't made its way on the channel more often is because it's not the kind of thing I want to commit to, really. I'm more interested in Fallout 4 when it comes to Bethesda games, if that makes sense. But I'm not ruling this game out completely, it's just a personal preference thing. It's actually amazing. It's a really good VR port of Skyrim, if you would like that. So I got some pretty aggressive settings right now on Steam Link. And just the title screen alone reveals to me two things right now. First off, the encoding is really not bad through Steam Link. I'm going to talk about it more at length as we play, because I am seeing things that remind me of my last session with Steam Link and this game that was not recorded. But it's looking better than I remember it. So that's already a pretty damn good thing to start with. The detail on these trees is actually pretty impressive, especially for Skyrim, for Christ's sake. That logo right there is actually really super high res. The second thing this tells me is that there's something wrong with Hellblade. And I think it has to do with resolution scaling, because I was running that game at a resolution scale internally in the game's options at 140, which is a lot, and it still looked blurry in the distance. And the first thing I noticed when launching in Skyrim right now is that this is not present in Skyrim, which leads me to believe that Hellblade is actually rendering at a lower resolution than your runtimes are asking it to do. I can double confirm this because I also launched it over Airlink briefly to do a quick test. And it did look slightly better, but then what I did is I put resolution scale back to 100, which should have put the game at 2064 by 2208, which is what I have set for the Quest 3 games. And that's 100% basically. It did not look like 100% at all. It looked more like 75% of what I'm supposed to be getting. And right now I get a proof that it's not Steam Link's fault, nor Airlink's fault. Let's actually raise this bandwidth. I've actually been messing with it, and I just reformatted the system, by the way, so I've had to start from scratch for this play session. But I actually tried to set this setting in the text file to 2064, which is the width of the display of the Quest 3, and it kind of maxed out to 1536. With Airlink, I set the encoder resolution within the debug tool to 4128, which is the two displays total. It works differently. This setting is per eye, while the Oculus one is total resolution. And honestly, I just don't know why Steam Link doesn't allow it to go higher, but right now that is not present. So this setting there that I just showed you is not the cause of the problems with Hellblade. I think Hellblade is the cause of the problems with Hellblade. It's almost as if it just doesn't obey the runtime. So next time I play Hellblade, I'm actually gonna mess with this setting first, because here's my rule of thumb. If you ever have, this is not just with Hellblade, with the Resident Evil games, with any game that you play in VR, if it has a resolution scale slider, I recommend not using it. What I recommend you do is, say you want to raise that resolution slider to 110 in the game. Instead of doing that, quit out of the game, go in your runtime settings, and put that at 110%. Then load that same game, but leave its resolution scale at 100%. You're gonna get better results, visual and performance. Look at this shit. 10-10-19. The last time I played this game was with the Vive Cosmos. It was in the B-roll, which actually never released for the Cosmos. So I wanted to catch up on what I was last doing in the game to like be able to pick up where I left off, and I have no evidence of any of that. So I will have to dive in and try to figure it out, but here we go. I am seeing encoder artifacts everywhere. I should probably visit this with Airlink on CBR. And this is the first game I launched with Steam Link, and I went into this save and I walked all the way to this area over here, and I looked around me, and it is not only shimmering there, but it is encoding artifacting. And I'm not sure I would get this with Airlink. I will have to do a comparison, but right now this is not optimal. It's definitely not optimal. And here's the weird thing. It doesn't necessarily look bad. This is why I say not optimal, and I'm not saying something like bad or terrible, because it is not bad or terrible. It's just not optimal. The next thing I can say is, and this is VBR. This is a problem of VBR. This is why I like to use CBR with Oculus. When I turn my head very quickly, it takes the encoder a second to readjust. And it's really obvious when I turn to, like, oh my god, it's actually not, okay, no, those are just the textures. Actually, never mind. I forgot I was playing Skyrim there for a second. The textures aren't helping, but no, honestly, yeah, I could do without the VBR. I would much rather be using CBR with this, and there is no option in Steam Link to do so, so that's unfortunate. The one thing I can say I am not seeing in here that I saw a lot of in Hellblade is distant detail blurring. This is to me, and this was really important that I do this. This is why I am doing this. This is to me a direct indicator that there's something wrong with Hellblade. Because on the title screen it looked good, and right now it looks just as good over here. There's absolutely no problem with distant detail. The encoder doesn't even look like it would produce the sort of artifact that I saw in Hellblade. It really doesn't make sense, and I'll have to figure it out in that game's case. Next time I play it, I said I would bring it back with Airlink. If I encounter any adversity during this playthrough, I'm probably gonna stand my ground and shout at the enemies something along the lines of, I just want to relax. Yeah. Jokes aside, I will try to do this a casual run. I want to mostly look at the detail and see how Steam Link fares through this session. And as a secondary objective, we're gonna try to get some stuff done in this game, but pardon me if I have no fucking clue how I ended up here. I feel like a guy who wakes up in places and doesn't remember how he got there right now, because I have not played this in over 4 fucking years. This is probably the worst setting for encoder artifacts that I've ever seen before. I really need to load this very save file from Oculus Airlink to compare, because this is, every tree is producing some. All the foliage, all that, all the trees here. I figured I would sign in from the editing room here to add a note. I have now tried these areas over Airlink, and it's a no contest. Airlink currently kicks Steam Link's ass in every possible way but sharpness. In fact, I think one of the reasons Steam Link has so many artifacts is it uses a built-in sharpening filter that you can't disable, and while it does artificially sharpen the image, it also causes more shimmer and makes the encoder freak out with detailed areas. Aside from a slightly less crisp image in Airlink, probably because I turned off the artificial sharpening on that one, and a lot less shimmer, by the way, this game looks better by any metric you can throw at it. Steam Link is way, way behind. Okay, back to the video. Did I do something wrong? No, I didn't, because there's the fucking marker right there. Wow. I need to take a moment here. This is a lot better looking than where I just was. I spoke a lot about this during the Hellblade video, but color palette is super important. Color palette causes the encoder to go one way or the other. When you have earthy colors like the mountains over there, in that region of textures over there, I can see some encoder artifact on the mountain because it's getting closer to that earthy palette. But the greens and the more vivid colors, Like, even the wood here, I'm surprised, is not experiencing a single issue. Everything looks really fucking good. And the roofs as well. So the more vivid the colors, the less... Oh yeah, and the sky is absolutely beautiful, by the way. So the more vivid the colors, the better things look, the less encoding artifacts you have. It's actually quite surprising. The bridge... Another note from the editing room. So this is one of the areas I revisited with Airlink, and the other big difference here is overall performance. I don't know what component was shitting itself with Steam Link, but it just wasn't running well at all, reprojecting and time warping a lot. This did not happen one bit with Airlink. It's as smooth as this game should be considering its age. Again, Steam Link is way off the mark here. Just keep that in mind as you watch this, because all this gameplay happened before I got to confirm this in full.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn.
Oh.
Your lies fall on deaf ears, Deceiver. The true Dragonborn comes. You are but his shadow. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
I just want to relax. Fucking hell. Oh, ha. Yeah, right. Okay. Skill issue. Come on. What the fuck? What the hell, man? This does not work at all. Finally, I fucking hit something. Holy shit. Oh, come on! Fucking bow, man! Jesus Christ! Nice. Okay. What the fuck was that? I mean, from everything, from the bow operation to the fight itself, what the fuck was that? Jesus, how much do you want me to fucking pull the bow? Are you okay? Oh yeah, you're regenerating. Okay, good. Nice of you to join us. That did not go very well, but it appears that we have massacred someone we needed to. Okay, cultists' orders. Ooh, never used the staff before in fucking Skyrim. Maybe I'll need to relax a little less now with that bow mechanic. So this is one of the reasons why I'm not that crazy of this game to begin with. It's not just the aesthetic that is not quite my setting. I much more prefer a sci-fi setting, so I go for Fallout 4 VR. But in addition to that, it's got to focus on archery and melee. There's no guns, right? So archery is not easy. Especially in VR where you have to physically do it, it's really not easy. I am super rusty. I can get the hang of it, no problem. But it's still not as advantageous as melee. The problem with this game is that, well, first off, I really hate VR melee to begin with. The problem with this game is that the melee in this game is particularly bad. Just like Fallout 4, you're better off using anything that's ranged. So, this might help. This might make things a little bit more interesting. This is a great view. This is honestly a great view. I find that this encoder is actually weaker with the pinkish hues, or maybe the beige. Like those herbs are producing some artifacts, and I find that everything that's around that pinkish hue in that fog is also kind of blocking. It's not really blocking, it's smearing. It's MPEG encoder artifact, but it's very, very smooth. It's not hard blocking like squares and shit. That was pretty impressive. I like this weapon. I'm not taking anything from this. Okay, are we gonna fight? Who are you? Are you a bandit?
Important deliveries to make. No time for chatting.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna leave him. I'm not gonna ask him to fuck up his work. Where the fuck is Lydia? Where the fuck did she go? She probably is stuck in a tree somewhere and I'm just gonna see her fucking teleport. Oh shit. Gotta change sides. Okay. Ready? Ready? Okay, we got it, we got it, we got it. Yeah, we got it. Nice. Fucking river parkour in Skyrim. It's actually really good. I am noticing right now the performance is all over the place. I am seeing time warp in my view, which is odd, by the way. I have never seen outright a Steam VR game time warping. Oculus all the time. Steam almost never. They use like a strange reprojection that's a bit different. Oh, is it coming from me all the way there? Yeah. It's like just a machine you plug into them to drain their energy. I kind of like this weapon. This is going to be fun. I don't think I took a guy that has magic as particularly advanced skill. Holy draw distance Batman, because there's no vegetation there. I can just see all the fucking structures. But this does look good. I just want to relax, okay? I'm going to use the easy way over the hard way. But right now the performance is bad enough in the game itself. I can tell the time warp is saving face because when I jump, I can see the missing frames, and when I rotate, I also see the missing frames. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm gonna mess with it. It may be the encoder resolution width that I should just bring back down to 1536 because Steam seems to be suggesting that's what I should be using as the max. It's not even available in the slider. On the slider, it can only go to 1344, which is even lower, which is not a number I want to use for a session like this. Whoa. Holy shit. In this view right here, if I look from left to right at the river, the fish jumping, which look fucking awesome, by the way, this does not look like wireless VR. This currently looks like wired VR. The water looks fucking real with the bottom and the fish swimming over. That's so cool. That really does look amazing. But then when I look in the distance, I start seeing the encoder artifacts. It's nothing like I had with Hellblade, though. With Hellblade, the problem was the resolution itself, the game. And I'm gonna have to work on that. I'll explain to you how Steam Link works. Basically, this uses Steam Remote Play. So the first thing you'd have to do when you're setting up for this is go in your Steam and make sure that Remote Play is enabled in the settings. If you have Steam Remote Play enabled in the settings, you're ready to go. In fact, what I do when I open that settings tab is I actually set up a few host side options. Couple of things, I like to disable the GPU performance scaling, and I also disable the encoders that I just don't have, like the Intel iGPU and the AMD. I disable that, I leave everything else the same as it is a default, and then you're actually free to launch Steam Link. So the way Steam Link works is, you grab your headset, you go in the Oculus store and you search for an app called Steam Link. Steam Link's gonna come up, go ahead and install it, it's free. You install that, and then you run it. Now, when you launch it, it's actually going to search for computers on your Wi-Fi network that have Steam installed on them and have Remote Play enabled. One thing you got to make sure of is that the computer running Steam has to be wired to your network, whereas the Quest 3 is going to do everything else wirelessly. So it's going to find your PC on the network. Oh, shit. Okay. Nice! So like I was saying, install Steam Link on your Quest, launch it, and it's going to find the first computer it can on your network that has Steam installed on it, and you will be able to connect to it. The next thing you do is there is not even any login required. What you have to do is you have to enter a pairing code that will be shown in your headset on your Steam desktop client. So all you got to do is read the code in the headset, go over to your desktop client, put it in there, and boom, it will be paired, and you will be ready to go with Steam VR working directly interfacing with an Oculus kit. Instead of having the Oculus runtimes as a middleman, this is a direct solution.
This here's a toll road, see? You're gonna have to hand over, say, 200 gold if you want to use our road. Ha! Tough talk for someone who's about to have their guts spilled. Now ain't this a surprise?
Oh. Oh. Fuck yourselves. Fucking toll. You kidding, right? You missed. You missed. Hey! I just want to relax. I just want to relax. I'm taking a look at some graphics technology. I just want to relax. Wow. This looks good. This also defies the encoder. This is the kind of fog I wanted to see in Hellblade. But actually, I did see fog like this in Hellblade. Just the resolution is messed up. It has to be. It's not even the anti-aliasing. I am 90% sure there's an issue with resolution scaling in that game. I think I'm meant to come through here because I see a trail there. This is absolutely amazing. Other than performance being fucking ass, which is, I think, one of the reasons why my combat went so poorly earlier. This is not running properly at all right now. The VR experience itself is so smooth that when I turn around like that, the time warp handles it. It makes it smooth. And this is not motion smoothing. I can tell it's time warp. It's actually displacing the image. When I move too fast for it, the image kind of catches up with my headset, which is not optimal, but it's a good way to handle this kind of thing. I would have to tweak settings here, especially encoder resolution with... See, like I told you earlier, sometimes you have a frame. When I was looking at the water under the bridge, you look at a frame that looks like wired VR. This is the case again. See no artifacts in this. And it looks fucking amazing. I do see shimmer in the trees. That's normal. And how far does that extend to? Oh, it stops right there. I see encoder artifacts there and there. But if I pan over here, with the fog and everything, the grass, I can even see the daisy over there. Whatever that is, there's 2 daisies in the bush. Okay, this is amazing. This is amazing. There is potential here. I don't find it's perfect right now. But first, it's definitely better than Hellblade in terms of resolution. Maybe not in terms of encoder artifacts. But it's just a lot more impressive and shows the potential. But they really need to work on that encoder, because I could swear again, for the 1000th time in this video, I'm sorry for repeating so often, I find that there are too much artifacts for what I should be getting, and I could swear that Airlink does not do that. Nice. Oh shit, it continues hurting them after. That's fucking crazy. Do I have to clear this place? I think I have to clear this place. Oh shit. Holy fuck, this is VBR, man. It's doing it again. When I turn my head to the right here, the encoder fucking freaks out and takes a good second to catch back up. In fact, it's struggling kind of all over the place here. So, yeah, this is not optimal. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? You want to shoot at me? I'm going to force you to come here. I'm going to force you to come here. You're going to have to come here. I'm going to get to test this thing's range. Actually, if he stays at bay, I could actually switch to my bow. Nice. Doesn't even take much. Nice. Very good. Don't you guys go through water? Nice. Oh, so it's like one shot. I don't have to hold this fucking thing down for shit. This is impressive. I fucking love this weapon. This is, like, I might actually start wanting to play this fucking game more often now. And I'm not saying it's making the game easy or anything. It makes the combat easier, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. Like, the archery is cool, but at close range it's fucking ridiculous, and then you have to go like this with the melee. This is really weird. Okay, so I can't quite make it to the middle of this little lake. Oh, Mara's Eye Pond. Wait a minute! Are you fucking kidding me? Ah. Large sack is empty. Are you fucking kidding me? No, that is not what I want. I keep hitting the grip button, and the grip button is mapped to fucking to the shout thing. But I don't know if I can grab that then. No. No, I can't fucking grab it. I would need to remap a couple of things in this game. It has the flick thumbstick to jump, but it just doesn't feel like it does in Fallout. It doesn't work well at all, and it keeps... I don't know, man. It just doesn't work well at all. Oh, shit. That's... Excuse me. I didn't mean to come here. My objective marker threw me off. Bye. Have fun. Have fun doing your fucking magic tricks at the dinner table. Okay, there we go. Actually go down here. So once more, no, that was not where I had to go. Holy shit. Why is... Oh, shit. Why is my destination so populated? Is this person meaning to attack me? I think so. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wow. This sky. Oh, you're annoying. You're fucking breaking my moment. This looks so good. Again, wired VR moment. Wired VR frame moment. You fucking sacks of shit. Fuck your familiar. Where are you? Die already. I don't want to waste more than I have to. Fucking hell. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? I'm going to move slowly so that the encoder doesn't freak out, because this is a artifact-free moment. I think the color palette is just adjusting correctly. I'm surprised the moon is not producing any. This looks beautiful. Holy shit. Still no artifacts. Man, this is the highest resolution I've ever seen this fucking game run at. It's so high. It's so high. In the distance, it's just as high res as in the fucking foreground. Are you guys friendly? Whoa. Hi. What? Where? Did my objective marker just point me to the nearest furry convention? What? I had forgot this game has like all sorts of characters you can pick. I forgot about that. Okay, I can see my characters, my markers diverging heavily here, which means I'm getting very, very close to where I was supposed to go the whole time. Hell yeah. This is crazy. Hang on, I want to see if this is where I'm supposed to go. Windhelm.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
But we haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, little spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Do you hate the Dark Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave? You've come to the wrong city, then.
Wow. Like, this is once more the best shot I've seen in the game today. But this is a lot more than a frame now. I'm looking all around me and everything looks sharp and beautiful. And there's fucking no encoding artifacts, even in those herbs. There's only a bit of shimmer. There's no evidence to tell me that this is wireless VR. You could persuade me that this was wired VR if it weren't for the fact that I'm actually not wearing a wire. That's a very obvious fact. But wow, it's like hitting the color palette perfectly, and everything is sharp and smooth and colorful. This is really good. No, Steam Link did not push an update that fixed the encoder issues. There's still plenty of artifacts. I've seen them all the same way I saw the first time I launched Steam Link with this game, so nothing has changed in that respect. However, there are some scenes that I had not seen that don't produce artifacts, this being one of them. This is fucking incredible, by the way. It's just, in addition to that, I think this is like a pretty town. It looks really good. The lights are cool. The people moving around the fire is beautiful. It's the Fallout 4 fire, which I was already impressed by the first time I saw. It's actually, you know, it's not like state-of-the-art or anything. It just looks really good. But yeah, this was a satisfying experience. This looked really, really good. And I think we might come back to this game in the future. I need more excuses to run this thing because I have often launched it just to check the graphics of a new headset. But I'm talking 5 minutes. This is not even a litmus test. This is more like a health check to see if the VR is working correctly. Right now is like the first moment in the entire session where I literally cannot see any artifacts even if I look for them. Maybe this is because it's more of the Hellblade color palette, but wow, wow, wow. Like, this is a complete turnaround from what I've had all session. The whole town looks good. The whole town looks wired VR. Oh shit, I thought you were coming to attack me. I thought you were a fucking enemy. But really, are those kind of slums or something? Man, I can see far without any blurriness or whoa, this is a big town. Holy shit. Oh, this is so cool. I've never seen any of this shit before. With the rafters. Whoa. Oh, this is a fucking huge place. Yeah, I gotta stop ignoring this game, honestly. Alright, so folks, you've been watching Stereo 3D Plays. It's been a productive day. I think I've got all the answers I need to move on to Fallout 4. I will be revisiting Hellblade with Airlink, and I'll do two things with that game. I'm gonna rerun it with Airlink and see if, with the same settings as I had with Steam Link, see if it looks any better or worse. And then I'm actually going to fix the fucking resolution issue and play a little bit more so that I can fucking confirm that there's a way to get that game looking the way it should in VR and not the way it's looking right now. So that's it, folks. What a beautiful sight. It's been a nice one. Thanks for watching all the way through. I shall see you next time.